are creating history by being present here today. This is something that is remarkable that is happening right now. That we're standing here and we're letting those people inside there know that we care about them, that we have not abandoned them, that a system that abandons them, that is something that we aren't here to support. We are here to support them and their lives and to dignify them. So on that note, I'd also like to say that when we talk about these deaths that have happened over the past couple of months and the past couple of decades, this is something that doesn't happen in a vacuum. This isn't something that happens out of the blue. It is a system that was built and designed, and it sustains itself by feeding on the marginalized and the most vulnerable within our societies. This is a system that is part of a historical legacy. This just doesn't happen out of the blue. It is the continuation of legacies of oppression and brutality and injustice. So reflecting on the past couple of weeks, particularly with the death of Ijaz Chaudhry and what we see happening with the Black Lives Matter movement, I wrote this song entitled Stolen. How many does it take for you to feel the pain when a bullet pierces the chest? How can the silence remain when the arm tightens its grip to suffocate? How long will it take? 8 minutes or a split second of rage? How many names became hashtags in this way? How many did they give? How many did they take? How many lives are summarized in just a number or a phrase? But we've been here before. They battered a shackled Suleiman till he lay on the floor, and all those bullet holes, empty shells robbed families and left them haunted with ghosts. 2 scores for Amadou, just like they gave Ijaz, DeAndre, and Andrew Loku. They couldn't see them as victims in need of assistance. Maybe they're the ones instilled with the sickness, greed, and addiction to stealing existences. No one knelt with Cap when he was protesting. Now they kneel like he knelt, like that knee pressed against George Floyd's neck. In the sea of soul, God gave us his breath. It's not yours to take. Nafas ar-Rahman, exalt praise with each exhale. No faith in the system. No trusting these pigs when they got a license to kill. Pulling triggers for the thrill. Industrialized mechanisms for poor people to be killed. Defunded mental health services to invest in cages. But they called free breakfast for kids terrorism. Weaponized skin pigments into a death sentence when they threw them in a pit like the Ku Klux in Charlottesville. Because police and prisons exist to protect property and class interests. Capitalism is exploitation made possible through division. At the expense of our detriment, they stack their billions. When they couldn't keep slaves in chains and they cleared the plains, they built new ways to protect their gains. Built all these walls so tall to enclose us and close them off. But disappearing people doesn't disappear the problem. Commissioned to conduct John Locke's doctrine, these tendencies of insecurity bred from an us versus them mentality. When you perceive human beings through complexities of inferiority and supremacy, hierarchies sustained to give them a monopoly on melanin and markers of biological discrepancies, skull sizes and religious forgeries, curse of Ham and fictitious philosophies seen in scenes on screens are implanted so deep that we only see dangers and threats as the light reflects our irises, and not the pain or misery, the affection or the beauty. Cries for help or someone in need, shrieks and screams, masses anger is grief. The roots of this history are just so deep. When the bullet leaves the gun, in that moment it isn't where it begun. That's just a product of generational indignation. Built a system that justifies each shot fired as protection. But the need to police began overseas, capturing and trafficking human beings. That theft was the original foreign policy, the process of depriving a person of their humanity, to keep them trapped in the game, pipeline designed to manufacture the disdain, so when they revolt, they can call them insane. But who pays the highest price for this pain? Who pays the highest price for this pain? Mothers and daughters and sons. I wonder if the tears and blood will submerge to become one, swallow them whole. If one day these walls will crumble and fold, reparations for every soul caressed by the hands of God that you stole. We know how the story goes. Below decks, commodities shift from the Cape of Good Hope, thrown overboard, imported to build a new world. Every soul you stripped of minerals and gold, bought and sold, whipped and told they were less at their core, castigated, scalping heads, killed off their buffalo to spectate land and build your homes. So when you throw them in the hole, we know why. 500 years of systematized genocide, and you tell them to watch their tone, only a matter of time before they come for your throne. Thank you.